How can you respect a game when it can't even respect itself? Overwatch 2 has made that question more important than ever. We've seen another season, and with it, another way to squeeze more money from the game. And now, more than ever, it hits hard. Overwatch 2 is 2 years old. PvE is dead, its formula is just depressing, and the direction of travel is clearly worse. Warcraft, Blizzard's own franchise, one of the greatest of the last 20 to 30 years, was treated no different from Transformers or Porsche. Season 13 then added another way to monetize atop a fresh, overpriced push of bullshit that happened through this summer. And nothing sets the tone of today's video better than this excerpt from Jason Schreier's book. In an interview with a developer, a dev essentially recounted the launch and what it was like. Here's what they said. Everyone said, "You worked 6 years in this." No, we worked for 1 year in this. We spent all those other years on all the PvE stuff. People said it looked unfinished, said the developer. That's because it was. Yeah. Overwatch 2 was screwed from the beginning, and with Microsoft gutting the Overwatch team, deleting the PvE team, things would only get worse. Gilded aspects are not a thing in Diablo, even though they sound like it. They are an Overwatch thing, one squarely, absurdly aimed at the whales. It is so unashamed of itself that I almost commend them for having the stones. Here's how it works. Gilded aspects are palette-swapped mythic skins, right? They're a black and gold color scheme, but I think we should really talk about them in Blizzard's own words, because they really communicate the value in this macro-transaction. For the first time, you can enhance fully maxed out Mythic hero skins with their prestigious gilded aspects from the Mythic shop, launching with the sleek black and gold color variants for those looking to push the limits of customization. That's right, folks, we're pushing the limits. Future seasons will expand these aspects to include Mythic weapon skins. Oh, isn't that exciting? They got one thing right. Limits certainly are being pushed. As skins, these are fine. Blizzard have got good artists, right? The problem, though, is how these are being sold. And this is where the whaling comes in. You see, these technically are a customization option for mythic skins. The way it works is that you buy these, but they can only be applied to a fully leveled up mythic skin, right? So you fully level up your mythic skin, then you acquire and apply the gilded aspect. A producer working on the project clarified that these are in the Mythic shop, purchased with Mythic prisms, but said that the price is not public and that it's not up to their team. Lovely, and I suspect we won't hear from the other team who are doing the pricing. Now, remember how all of this works. To earn enough Mythic prisms to fully unlock a Mythic skin, you need to purchase and complete the entire Battle Pass for a season. Beyond that, though, you can buy prisms directly. In the US, prisms are $1 a pop. Yes, $1 a pop. To max out a skin is 80 prisms, meaning we are talking about $80 skins. That being said, I must be fair to them. The best way, the best value bundle is of course the 75 bundle, because it comes with 25 prisms free. Just amazing value for $75. Now, the way it works is Mythic skins cost 50 prisms, and then they've got upgrade levels, and leveling them up to max costs another 30 in total, meaning 80 prisms, and yes, that does mean $80 skins. And yeah, you get 80 prisms by completing the Battle Pass, but each Battle Pass adds a full Mythic skin worth 80 prisms. And so the point was that every pass had 80 prisms, and every season that came along with that pass would add one more, which in total would be worth 80. But that's obviously ended up changing because of the addition of the Mythic weapon skins. The Reinhardt and Ana ones follow the same pricing model. It's 50 for the base skin, and then they've got upgrade levels, meaning 80 each. And that means that every season adds a Battle Pass that gives you the ability to earn 80, but it adds 160 Mythic prisms worth of purchase opportunities. And that's all without this new system. So how hard will Blizzard go for this system? Will it be 20 prisms for the gilded thing, right? Maybe a little bit of flourish on top of your $80 skin, for $100 in total? Maybe it'll be that. Maybe, though, it'll be quite a bit more. I mean, they're black and gold. They're prestigious. Why not charge 40 prisms? And yeah, you might think, well, that's a bit ridiculous. Who will buy all of that? And they could probably say to themselves, oh, sure, this is really meant for the sort of person that's just going to buy the Battle Pass, earn a bunch of prisms, and only buy things on the one character they care about. But that is obviously just an excuse. The pricing model here is designed to fully extract cash from the whales, and so slowly but surely they've spent 2024 squeezing everything that they can. And funny enough, that's not even the bit that's most offensive to me. It is the fact that they cannot even respect their own IP, their own work, their own foundations. And here's a contrast to all of that. Our foundation is Bellular.games. Over there, our members actually get something real. So that means you get our videos ad-free, you get all of our research reports, and you get a fresh edition of Loading Screen in your email inbox every single weekday. We shift through all the big stories, everything you need to know, and the upcoming games, and we basically keep you in the loop in a way where you don't see ads, you don't get algorithms, you can just have a read and enjoy it, and it's simple and it's calm. You can check it all out below with a free trial today. And with that said, happy anniversary to Overwatch and Warcraft. Yeah, we got to talk about the anniversary event. These had declined through the years and they just ended up being a way to sell some skins. 2024 is that, but in a way you wouldn't know it. That's because Overwatch was not the star of its own birthday. Warcraft was, perfectly timed for the war within. And it stung. Warcraft, a pillar of Blizzard. I mean, World of Warcraft, the game that basically got Blizzard infinity mega forever money that was able to fund things like Overwatch. Well, it got the exact same treatment as Porsche and Transformers. That's because Overwatch has a problem. Overwatch can't make new content. Xbox cut everything from its team. PvE is gone. I take exception because Warcraft is Blizzard. It is their heritage. And the only thing out of all of this that had any form of what you may call sauce was the trailer. Yeah, the people who put together the advertisement for all of these microtransactions, they basically made it like a dark ride in a theme park, full of flavor, lovely work, but an ad for the thing that you buy. Nothing actually to play. You see, in the past in Overwatch, things like the Halloween event would have a PvE game mode. They'd have reskinned Overwatch characters as stars that have unique gameplay. They could actually be really damn hard and, like, actually good video game, not just a throwaway trash event. They were goddamn content, and for so many of us, they were a reason to fire up Overwatch that was not an endless competitive grind. So here we have Thrall, Magni, Sylvanas, and Arthas, as well as past skins like Blood Elf Symmetra, Blackhand, Tyrande, Illidan, and stuff. And you might think, what if there was gameplay here? I mean, it's PvE. What if we're fighting the Scourge? The Lich King is there to be the big final enemy. Wouldn't that be cool? Give Reinhardt's Hammer Slam some sort of Arthas-y theme. Give him Defile. Oh, all the Warcraft people will come over and play Overwatch too. And the Overwatch players will get to reminisce of back when they played WoW. And the funny thing is, back in 2023, when they still had PvE staff, Diablo 4 launched, and it launched with Trials of Sanctuary, a co-op survival brawl where you played with different Diablo class skin heroes. You explored through the cathedral, you got weapons that changed up your abilities, you had boss fights against Diablo enemies. It was cool, like big Azmodan skins. It was awesome. It was gameplay. It was fun. And that's the point. We should expect good content. The War Within's launch could have added a Xalatath skin. I mean, they've put her in Diablo, why not put her in here too? How about you do something crazy like a game mode? Even thinking about the business basics, you have got millions of people playing Overwatch 2, right? Big free-to-play game. You got all of those people. One of those PvE events would have been a really good way to introduce those people to the big villain in your new expansion, just like they did with Lilith in the Diablo event. And because there was content, it felt like an event. It was fun. Maybe fun enough that you'd want to buy a skin, because you might have spent 4 hours trying to get all the achievements, and you almost feel like, I enjoyed that. Sure, I'll buy a skin. I got some value. Here, though, there is nothing. It is just a cash grab, a blatant $50 mega bundle push. That's it. So low effort, it's an insult to players, it's an insult to their own brand, and evidence that they are no longer able to make content. Because last year, when they did a collab to celebrate a Blizzard game release, they were able to ship content with it. And funnily enough, it even shows Overwatch can't respect itself. This Warcraft collab ate into Overwatch's own anniversary. Its own anniversary was barely marketed. It was little of note. And that's because Overwatch is about one thing and one thing only. It's about selling skins. It may not be that to the people working on it who want to make an amazing competitive shooter. And whenever I've played Overwatch 2, I mean, I might have some criticisms, but big picture, it's a bloody good game. But the game isn't the point, because the game is not what brings in money. And looking into the near future, it's pretty clear that's going to remain the case. Here's the Season 13 key art, a gorgeous Mythic Widowmaker skin, a somehow worth $80 Soldier 76 Mythic weapon, a purchasable Mercy Legendary, and My Hero Academia right up there front and center, because everything is a sell. To be fair, there is a new Halloween game mode, but it is eyebrow-raising. It's a PvP mode with pickups that alter your abilities. It's kind of similar to community-created Mirrorwatch and Balanced Overwatch, which were similar ones that are also returning that they had done before. But the thing is, it doesn't really have a lot of content. I mean, it's not PvE. It's not like those other events that stood out because they were different. It's an effort, an honest effort, I'm sure, but it is lower scope, it is lower budget, because Overwatch 2 is about managing a core game and then putting all of your resources into squeezing its audience in the most efficient way that you can. Even if that means that future Overwatch content is no longer about making new legendary skins that tells the story of characters, that begins to build the world of Overwatch so that one day it could actually be more. No, gone are those days. Now it is brands, now it is things you recognize, because the Fortnitification of everything very much came to Overwatch. And the funny thing is that even if this mode is great, it's drowned out by marketing that's laser focused on microtransactions. The thing though is, they are trying to cook up something for the future, so let's talk about that. I can't imagine how bad Overwatch 2 team morale must be, because you see, if you cut through the marketing, all of these stupid eye-roll things, you can see they're doing work. I mean, Havana, Circuit Royale, Dorado, and Numbani have all been reworked. That's a load of map reworks. We're still getting new heroes, we're still getting new maps. They've actually stuck to the schedule they said they would stick to, and that is fairly impressive. We've also just seen this rather curious job listing. It's a 6-month contract for a product marketing consultant who will, quote, support the marketing team with go-to-market planning and execution of a major feature for the Overwatch 2. Yeah, it does say the Overwatch 2. Yeah, slick typo, guys. But anyway, something is coming. We don't exactly know what it is, but it's a major release. With that, we know they're cooking up something, but assessing the overall situation, the PvE teams are gone. It has been corroborated through many sources, though Blizzard will not admit it. We see a big Warcraft event to celebrate an expansion release, a big game release, but it didn't have a proper event in Overwatch 2. It had all the microtransactions of a proper event, but as compared to what happened in 2023, where there was a bit of a PvE team, yeah, it was pretty much nothing. And of course, Jason Schreier's book showed us how screwed Overwatch 2 was in general, that it was a game basically shat out in a year after the thing they actually wanted to make and had spent 5 years on was unceremoniously killed. Every Overwatch superfan that I know quit, and I'm talking about the people from the original 2016 cohort who, even though they do not like competitive shooters, fell in love with Overwatch, spent money in Overwatch, people who lived and breathed the damn thing. The exact people who Overwatch 2 was made for, and the people who, had they been retained, may actually have purchased some of the various microtransactions they're now making. Overwatch should have been the next big IP, far bigger than it is right now. It should have had that cultural relevance. It was supposed to have a Netflix series. Imagine that. Netflix, multiple seasons, big story, build out the world, combine on top of that the ongoing PvP that, in fairness, they're working damn hard, they're grinding out, delivering that PvP, and then add to that the expansive PvE that they spent years building. There is a grand, more unified vision of what Overwatch was supposed to be, but it's one that was murdered in favor of a storefront as a service, which is what we have got right now, where the game basically exists as a vehicle for microtransaction banners. It's sad. Right now, the Warcraft team is genuinely building back its reputation. They are genuinely shipping a shitload of content, and the value has went way up versus so many times in the past. They are showing everything that a Blizzard team could do right within the current framework of Blizzard. Meanwhile, Overwatch is showing the exact opposite. And if you'd enjoy the profile of another company in deep decline that is trying to tell everybody that they've realized they're in deep decline, check out this about Paradox Interactive next.